Welcome to No Hacks Snacks, a series of short interviews with experimenters, optimizers, marketers, and product builders from all over the world. In this one, I talk to Emilija Milevska Velkovski, a product strategist, growth and personalization expert, about how experimentation can help organizations become more customer-centric. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this in the future, and go to nohackspod.com/giveaway. You might win something. Emilija, I have a question for you. How can experimentation help an organization become more customer-centric?
That's a great question. I think it's actually way broader. It has a way broader perspective than just to say this or that way. In today's world, I think experimentation should be integral part of the working of a company and how to deliver the best experience to the users, regardless of the area where they work. Still, experimentation will have to be included in every aspect of the work. To my point of view, it may have a bit of a difference how big the company is in terms of how the processes are established. Is there a dedicated team? Is it integrated within each team? So meaning, is there a central function or it's integrated in every team? Regardless, it has to be part within the company to hear the customers, to listen to them, to understand their needs, also what their pain points are in order to deliver the best experience and ultimately make them buy or use the product.
So historically, experimentation and CRO, as it was called first, I mean, some people still call them like it's two names for the same thing. I don't think it is. It was about landing pages, optimizing websites, and like let's just move things around. Let's see what works, what doesn't. You're saying it should be much broader within the organization, right?
Yes, I do. That's actually how I started. I started with landing page optimization. And back then, starting my career, it was, okay, let's optimize a bit landing pages. If we want to optimize something on the PDP, this is actually something that big that we are going to discuss about for 2-3 months. 10 years later, I think this has evolved. And at the moment, we're talking about experimentation on really granular level. And I also agree that it's not about the conversion rate. It's actually optimizing all aspects, all KPIs, either financial, either behavioral, everything which goes towards the customer, but also towards the business. This is what experimentation does today.
That's the only way now, and moving forward, the only way it should be. Now, back to customer-centric. What are some actionable steps that an organization can do to use experimentation in becoming more customer-centric?
I think first there is some homework to be done in terms understanding what the customer needs are. And here I don't mean only having GA data or the front-end data, where they clicked, what they did, are there rage clicks, or if they left. Here I mean understanding what are their complaints. Something I often hear is that the complaints that come to customer service are forgotten or are put to side. But I think this is actually a really big source of input for a company to understand what is it that disturbs customers and what do they want to have. Afterwards, it's also complaints or NPS score, can be some surveys, can be user labs, can be, I often do not even surveys on real customers, but just surveys within the company just to see how my employees react towards a change or something that I have an idea upon or something that we are working as a refining model to understand if they go along with the idea or they don't. And then they have something to provide as a feedback and to say, this is something I like, I don't like, this is something I understand, why would you not do it this way and you did it that way? Right. So I think this is how a company can start be customer-centric. Of course, afterwards, after all these data are there comes the time of clustering, generating ideas, then again, refining, creating hypotheses, and then start testing. Of course, this is not just one process that a company has to focus and not focus on anything else. This goes hand in hand and parallel with everything with the day-to-day business. But this is how a company delivers constantly what the needs of the customers are, and can just refine those ideas and the needs.
And this is interesting because experimentation, like setting up an A/B test, anyone can log in and just move things around and start an A/B test and hope to learn from it. But what you're saying, and what everyone on this podcast has been saying, is listen to the people that you are optimizing for. And this is the research, this is your employees, your team members. So do you think you can ever optimize anything? This is more of a philosophical question. Optimize anything without doing research? In a good way. In a good way. Let me just add that to make it easier.
I would say yes and no. In general, no. Maybe if it's some really pressuring moment or something is really not working and whatever you do will improve, then probably yes. But this is just like a short-term solution, and I would strongly advise against these types of deliveries. Instead, I would really go for doing the homework, the research, listening to the customers, and afterwards deliver feature or a product. Of course, there are times when you have to deliver something without doing the homework and without doing proper research or without any preparation, of course. However, I don't think that this should be the standard in the work.
I like that because sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to ship it, but even that can be research. Even if you ship a solution and then you measure if that was the right solution, if it worked, and if it could have been better, let's call it some form of research. Now, let's talk about the future of customer centricity and experimentation within organizations. We have a few more minutes only, so does that future include AI?
It does.
In what way?
Yeah, so I think nowadays or these past years, we are listening a lot about AI and how AI will overtake jobs or will change the way of work. Will it overtake jobs? Probably. Will it change the way of work? Yes, it will. And it will change, to my point of view, AI will actually improve the processes and how employees work while delivering products and while delivering features, while delivering services to the end customers. Does this mean that a company will have to face some challenges in the sense that there will be restructuring of teams? Probably yes. But I think that AI today is something that we cannot avoid.
Good
and
point.
That it will definitely be included in delivering a customer-centric solution.
And I will just add one final thing. It can make our lives easier. Like, no need to fear AI yet. At some point in the future, sure. But who knows what will happen. Emilija, that was an excellent point. An absolute pleasure to talk to you today. And thank you for being a no-hack.
Thank you very much for the invite. I hope I answered your questions.
You sure did.
Thank you.